Close your eyes and you can still see it. Laura running downhill, Pa's steady hands, and Ma's candlelit calm. Little House on the Prairie gave viewers a home to return to. But behind Walnut Grove were lives shaped by fame, quiet strength, illness, loss, and memories that still glow in 2026. Charles Ingalls is the beating heart of Little House on the Prairie, the soft-spoken father trying to raise his family with dignity on an unforgiving frontier. Played by Michael Landon. Born in 1936 in Queens, New York, he was 38 when the series began in 1974. He passed away in 1991, at 54, leaving behind one of television's most beloved fatherly legacies. Charles remains unforgettable because Landon made him strong, tender, worried, imperfect, and determined to choose love through hardship. Beyond Little House on the Prairie, Michael Landon shaped the series as actor, producer, writer, and director, guiding its gentle moral tone. His legacy endures through Bonanza, Highway to Heaven, and the image of Pa with sleeves rolled up, proving strength and tenderness can live in the same frame. Caroline Ingalls is the calm center of the Ingalls home, the mother whose quiet strength keeps hardship from becoming collapse. Played by Karen Grassle, born in 1942 in Berkeley, California, she was 32 when Little House on the Prairie began in 1974. In 2026, Karen Grassle is 84. Caroline remains beloved because Grassle gave dignity to the unseen labor of motherhood, cooking, teaching, healing, comforting, and holding a family together. Beyond Little House on the Prairie, Karen Grassle continued performing and later spoke openly about her life and advocacy. Her Ma Ingalls endures as a candlelit image of patience and resilience, a woman whose strength lived in composure, faith, and daily love. Carrie Ingalls is the Prairie's innocence, the wide-eyed youngest daughter whose small child wonder made Walnut Grove feel alive. Played by twins Lindsay and Sidney Greenbush, born in 1970 in Los Angeles, California, they were only 4 when they began sharing the role in 1974. In 2026, Lindsay and Sidney Greenbush are 56. Carrie remains memorable because the twins made childhood itself feel protected inside a world full of illness, hardship, and frontier danger. Beyond Little House on the Prairie, Lindsay eventually stepped away from acting while both sisters remained forever connected to the show's legacy through reunions and fan memory. Their Carrie endures as the little girl running down that iconic hill, laughter trailing behind her like sunlight. Mary Ingalls is the dutiful eldest daughter in Little House on the Prairie, the gentle and studious girl whose loss of sight became one of the show's defining stories. Played by Melissa Sue Anderson, born in 1962 in Berkeley, California, she was only 12 when the series began in 1974. In 2026, Melissa Sue Anderson is 64. Mary remains unforgettable because Anderson made resilience feel honest, allowing viewers to see grief, fear, adaptation, faith, and determination, without turning blindness into a simple lesson. Beyond Little House on the Prairie, Melissa Sue Anderson continued acting, but for generations she remains Mary, the young woman searching unfamiliar spaces with courage and refusing to surrender to despair. Her performance still carries the rare power of a child actor asked to hold a story far bigger than her years. Harriet Olsen is Walnut Grove's sharp-tongued Storm, the gossiping shopkeeper who turned status, pride, and every town meeting into theater. Played by Katherine MacGregor, born in 1925 in Glendale, California, she was 49 when Little House on the Prairie began in 1974. She passed away in 2018, at 93, leaving behind one of classic television's most deliciously difficult characters. Harriet remains unforgettable because MacGregor made her wickedly funny, theatrical, insecure, vulnerable, and strangely human beneath the snobbery. Beyond Little House on the Prairie, Katherine MacGregor later stepped away from television, focusing on theater and spiritual pursuits. Her Harriet Olsen endures because she proved that even the most difficult characters can become beloved when played with intelligence, precision, and true craft. Nels Olsen is the calm heart of the mercantile, the fair-minded husband forever caught between conscience and Harriet's thunder. Played by Richard Bull, born in 1924 in Zion, Illinois. He was 50 when Little House on the Prairie began in 1974. He passed away in 2014, at 89, leaving behind one of the show's gentlest supporting legacies. Nels remains beloved because Bull made goodness feel modest, patient, humorous, and deeply decent without ever turning the character into a punchline. Beyond Little House on the Prairie, Richard Bull worked steadily across film and television, often bringing quiet dignity to supporting roles. His Nels Olsen endures as the man polishing the mercantile counter in silence, kindness intact while chaos swirls around him. Willie Olsen is the spoiled mischief maker of the mercantile, the boy whose pranks and pouty faces eventually gave way to real growth. Played by Jonathan Gilbert, born in 1967 in Los Angeles, California. He was only 7 when Little House on the Prairie began in 1974. In 2026, Jonathan Gilbert is 59. Willie remains memorable because Gilbert made him funny, restless, childish, and surprisingly capable of change over time. Beyond Little House on the Prairie, Jonathan Gilbert stepped away from acting and chose a private life far from cameras and fanfare. His Willie Olsen endures as proof that children are not fixed stories. They can learn, mature, and become someone new. Dr. Hiram Baker is Walnut Grove's steady physician, the rumpled and compassionate doctor who rides through storms when sickness turns frontier life dangerous. Played by Kevin Hagen, born in 1928 in Chicago, Illinois, he was 46 when he first appeared on Little House on the Prairie in 1974. He passed away in 2005 at 77, leaving behind one of television's most beloved frontier doctors. Dr. Baker remains memorable because Hagen made medicine feel like service, fear, urgency, and reassurance carried in one tired man. Beyond Little House on the Prairie, Kevin Hagen continued acting and later performed one-man shows, reflecting a career shaped by craft more than celebrity. His Dr. Baker endures as quiet proof that empathy can be its own kind of heroism. Nellie Olsen is the infamous spoiled girl of Walnut Grove, the ringleted rival whose cruelty, vanity, and comic timing made her impossible to forget. Played by Alison Arngrim, born in 1962 in New York City, she was just 12 when Little House on the Prairie began in 1974. In 2026, Alison Arngrim is 64. Nellie remains iconic because Arngrim made meanness theatrical, funny, vulnerable, and strangely fascinating, giving the character more depth than a simple villain. Beyond Little House on the Prairie, Alison Arngrim later spoke openly about a difficult childhood and became an advocate for survivors, transforming pain into purpose. Her Nellie Olsen endures as a character fans love to hate and quietly admire for the craft it took to bring her to life. Reverend Alden is Walnut Grove's spiritual steady hand, the gentle minister whose quiet faith gives the town comfort without becoming theatrical. Played by Dabbs Greer, born in 1917 in Independence, Missouri, he was 57 when he first appeared on Little House on the Prairie in 1974. He passed away in 2007 at 90, leaving behind a long and beloved character actor legacy. Reverend Alden remains comforting because Greer made faith feel daily, neighborly, humble, and deeply human. Beyond Little House on the Prairie, Dabbs Greer acted well into old age and later appeared memorably in The Green Mile. His Reverend Alden endures as proof that sometimes the strongest presence in a story is the one that never raises its voice. Almanzo Wilder is the steady young farmer whose arrival shifts Little House on the Prairie from childhood memories toward adult love. Played by Dean Butler. Born in 1956 in Prince George, British Columbia, Canada, he was 23 when he joined the cast. In 2026, Dean Butler is 70. Almanzo remains beloved because Butler made him hardworking, calm, stubborn, decent, and strong enough to match Laura's fire without dimming it. Beyond Little House on the Prairie, Dean Butler continued acting and later moved into producing and directing, including documentaries about the series itself. His Almanzo endures as manly, reins in hand beside Laura, beginning a life fans never stopped rooting for. Mr. Edwards is the rough-edged friend whose booming laugh and wounded heart made him feel like family to the Ingalls. Played by Victor French, born in 1934 in Santa Barbara, California, he was 40 when he first played the role. He passed away in 1989 at 54, leaving behind a legacy made bittersweet by his early death. Mr. Edwards remains beloved because French made him funny, flawed, grieving, generous, and deeply human. Beyond Little House on the Prairie, Victor French reunited with Michael Landon on Highway to Heaven, extending a partnership audiences trusted. His Mr. Edwards endures as the rough man with the gentle soul, always ready with a joke, a song, or a helping hand. Jonathan Garvey is the gentle giant of Walnut Grove, a strong friend, father, and neighbor whose kindness expands the show's sense of community. Played by Merlin Olsen, born in 1940 in Logan, Utah, he joined Little House on the Prairie at 37 after a legendary football career. He passed away in 2010 at 69, leaving behind a legacy that joined sports greatness with television warmth. Jonathan Garvey remains memorable because Olsen made strength and tenderness feel like partners, not opposites. Beyond Little House on the Prairie, Merlin Olsen starred in Father Murphy, worked as a commentator, and remained respected as a Hall of Fame football figure. His Garvey endures like a strong fence on a windy day, holding the shape of a life built on decency. Miss Beadle is the Prairie school teacher whose patience, discipline, and belief in children made the schoolhouse feel like a promise. Played by Charlotte Stewart, born in 1941 in Yuba City, California, she was 33 when she first appeared on Little House on the Prairie in 1974. In 2026, Charlotte Stewart is 85. Miss Beadle remains beloved because Stewart made teaching feel firm, gentle, safe, and full of quiet purpose. Beyond Little House on the Prairie, Charlotte Stewart continued acting and later spoke candidly about personal struggles, earning new respect for her honesty. Her Miss Beadle endures at the front of that one-room schoolhouse, chalk in hand, helping small-town childhood reach towards something bigger. Andy Garvey is the bright and mischievous boy whose curiosity brings fresh, youthful energy to Walnut Grove. Played by Patrick Labyorteaux, born in 1965 in Los Angeles, California, he was about 12 when he joined Little House on the Prairie. In 2026, Patrick Labyorteaux is 61. Andy remains memorable because Labyorteaux made him playful, flawed, thoughtful, and believable as a child, learning right from wrong, one choice at a time. Beyond Little House on the Prairie, Patrick Labyorteaux built a strong career, including a long-running role on JAG and steady work in television and voice projects. His Andy Garvey endures as the freckle-faced boy trying to choose better, until small choices become character. Lars Hansen is the bedrock elder of Walnut Grove, the man whose work, memory, and quiet responsibility help make the town feel real. Played by Karl Swenson, born in 1908 in Brooklyn, New York, he was 66 when he took on the role. He passed away in 1978 at 70, not long after the show wrote his character's passing, making the farewell especially poignant. Lars Hansen remains beloved because Swenson made him gentle, humorous, steady, and full of community history. Beyond Little House on the Prairie, Karl Swenson had a long career in radio, film, and television, bringing gravitas without heaviness to many roles. His Lars Hansen endures by the mill, reminding viewers that communities are built by good people quietly doing their best for one another. Albert Ingalls is the streetwise adopted son whose search for belonging gave Little House on the Prairie some of its most emotional later stories. Played by Matthew Labyorteaux, born in 1966 in Los Angeles, California, he joined the series around age 10. In 2026, Matthew Labyorteaux is 60. Albert remains powerful because Labyorteaux made defiance, fear, trust, illness, addiction, and love feel raw and human without glamorizing the pain. Beyond Little House on the Prairie, Matthew Labyorteaux continued acting and built a strong second career in voice work. His Albert Ingalls endures as a reminder that family is not only blood, it is the people who keep choosing you, especially when you believe you are unchoosable. Laura Ingalls is the Prairie's eyes, the stubborn and curious girl whose coming-of-age journey gave Little House on the Prairie its emotional center. Played by Melissa Gilbert, born in 1964 in Los Angeles, California, she was only 10 when the series began in 1974. In 2026, Melissa Gilbert is 62. Laura remains iconic because Gilbert made childhood, injustice, love, heartbreak, anger, and growth feel vivid and unforgettable. Beyond Little House on the Prairie, Melissa Gilbert continued acting and directing, and later served as president of the Screen Actors Guild. Her Laura Ingalls endures as the girl running toward the horizon, trying to understand the world and her place within it. And that is the lasting warmth of Little House on the Prairie. Though the lights on Walnut Grove have dimmed, the people who live there in our hearts never truly disappear. Some are still with us in 2026. Many have gone, but every rerun keeps their voices close, like footsteps on a familiar porch. If this journey brought back memories, please like, subscribe, and stay with Hollywood 1960s TV, where the legends of the Golden Age live on.